Hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Birleşik Krallık'ın en iyi üniversitelerinden University of Reading'de eğitimi ve kabul koşullarını Frankie'den dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Frankie, the stage is yours now.
Hello, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for joining this evening for this University of Reading information webinar. So my name is Frankie Hunt. I'm one of the regional managers in our global recruitment team here at the University of Reading, and I'm specifically responsible for looking after students from Europe, like yourselves, or the Americas. So to give you an idea about the type of things we're going to talk about today, firstly, I wanted to give you an overview of the university, then of course some more information about our rankings and our research, entry requirements, so you have an idea what you need to achieve to come and join us, our admissions process, some information about our pre-sessional English courses, scholarships that we offer, university facilities, and then at the end we'll have some time for Q&A. If you do have any questions, if you can pop them into the question box here at the side, I'll go through those at the end and try and answer them as best that I can. So firstly, I wanted to ask you some questions so I can find out some information about you so we can send you the most relevant information possible at the end. So if you have a look in the poll section, you'll see that we do have a couple of questions that we wanted to ask you. So the first of those is what degree level you wanted to study. So are you looking for a foundation program? Are you looking to come and study your bachelor's, so an undergraduate degree, a master's program, or a PhD? So the next question I wanted to ask was, when are you hoping to start your studies? So you're looking to join us in 2022, 2023, 2024, or 2025. And lastly, I wanted to find out what subject you're interested in so we can send you the most relevant information afterwards that's all really tailored to your interests and what it is that you're looking to study. So I've put a few popular courses on here, but of course, if your course isn't listed, you can always click the something else at the bottom. So you might be interested in business, agriculture, food and nutrition, law, psychology, or as I said earlier, something else. So please do tick the relevant information in these polls, because we'll use that to make sure that we're sending you the most relevant information afterwards and that you're getting all the information you need to find out about your university. So thank you for filling those in. Do please fill those in before the end of the event, so I've got them recorded, and then I'll send you lots of fantastic information that's really relevant to you after this event. So firstly, I wanted to give you some overall background information about the University of Reading. If you're not that familiar with Reading, we are a relatively old university. So we've actually been around for over 125 years now. So we were founded in 1897, originally as a University of Oxford Extension College. We then gained our Royal Charter in 1926, becoming the University of Reading. We have a really long history of inviting international students to come and study with us. So our first international student came all the way from Kenya and came to study agriculture with us back in 1908. So we're very used to having international students come and study at the university. So to give you a little bit more context about where Reading is in the UK, hopefully you can see us on that map. We're down there in the southeast of the UK, and we're about 25 minutes from central London by direct train. And we're also particularly close to London Heathrow International Airport. So I get the planes fly over my house quite often. We're about 40 minutes by direct bus link. And we're also about 90 minutes by direct train link to London Gatwick International Airport. So we are really well connected if you're wanting to fly back and forth between Turkey and the UK, or indeed if you wanted to explore the rest of Europe as well. If you're looking to explore more of the UK, we're also a rail hub in the local area, which means you can get to loads of different places from Reading. So you can get up to Manchester in about 3.5 hours. You can get to Birmingham in about 90 minutes. You can get to Oxford in about 30 minutes, and you can get all the way down to the south coast and go to the beach in about 90 minutes as well. So it is quite easy to travel around, and I like to think that we're in the centre of the southeast, so it's very easy to travel. So to give you a bit more information about how Reading is as a town. So we're a very large town. We have about 300,000 people that live in the Reading metro area. And we're also a commercial centre. So we're a particularly business focused place. So we're in what's called the Thames Valley in the UK, which is a little bit like Silicon Valley in the US, in that we're a centre for a lot of technology and blue chip companies. So we have the UK headquarters of Microsoft that's based in Reading. We have the UK headquarters of Oracle, and also other big multinational company headquarters like Prudential, Huawei, Ericsson, PepsiCo. And because we're such a centre for technology, we also have quite a large amount of small to medium-sized enterprises that students do sometimes try and secure internships with. So if you're particularly interested in the tech industry, I think it's a fantastic place to be. But even outside of that, we have a really high employment rate in Reading. So it is a great place to spend your time and try and get as much experience as you can while you're here with us. Outside of that, we are also quite a fun place to spend your time. So we are a regional hub for culture, shopping and recreation. You can see the Oracle Shopping Centre in the bottom left-hand picture, part of the town centre in the centre picture, and then also some of the beautiful green countryside that surrounds Reading in that bottom right-hand picture. For activities, we have a few theatres in Reading. We have quite a few restaurants, bars, nightclubs, cafes, cultural centres. And we do also have a Reading Festival here, which means we're quite lucky to have it, really. It's one of the biggest music festivals in the UK, and it's actually based in Reading Town Centre. So this year we had Stormzy, we had Post Malone, and we had Liam Gallagher headlining. And we get about 80,000 people that come to Reading Festival every year. So if you're interested in music, it's also a really good place to be. So to give you a general feel about the university and our size, so we are quite a large university, and we have just over 20,000 students in total, but that does also include our offshore students. So that's our students that are at our Malaysia and our South Africa campuses as well. So we have just over 15,000 what we call home students and just under 4,000 international students. As you can see, we do have quite a big international community here at Reading. Our students are also really high achieving, so we're very proud of them. About 80% of our undergraduate students graduate with a first or a 2-1. So that's in that top percentile, about a 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 GPA. And just under 80% of our postgraduate students also graduate with really good grades, and they get a distinction or a merit. So I mentioned that we gained our Royal Charter in 1926, but we're actually the only university in the UK to be awarded a Royal Charter, so to be made a university between the two world wars. So I keep mentioning how international we are, but to give you some context on that, since the beginning, Reading has educated 150,000 students from 180 different countries. So generally, if you can think of a country, there's probably been someone who's come and studied at Reading over our history. We're also a 4-time winner of what's called the Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher Education. So the Queen's Anniversary Prize is awarded to universities each year for excellence in certain research topics. So we've won it for typography, we've won it for archaeology, meteorology, and English literature, specifically Shakespeare studies. We're also a really beautiful green space ourselves. So Reading is a campus university. So the campus was originally a country estate, and that we bought in the 1960s. And this means that we've been awarded what's called the Green Flag Award for the 9th year running in 2019, which is the award for the top university green space in the whole of the UK. So the campus that that's particularly referring to is our White Knights campus, which is our main campus of the university. Because it used to be a country estate, it means that we have a large amount of beautiful things on the campus, really. So we have a lake on campus, we have a botanical gardens, we have a lot of wildlife, which means a lot of squirrels and baby birds, particularly in the spring. We have a large amount of woodland on campus. It really is a very relaxing place to spend your time. So most of our teaching happens on the White Knights campus, but if you are interested in education or architecture, then you might be on our London Road campus. So this is about a 20-minute walk downhill, so it's quite easy, from the main White Knights campus, and London Road is our historical campus. So this was the original campus when we were at Oxford Extension College, which means that we have a big, beautiful, great hall there, which is where all of our students graduate when they finish. So this is an aerial view of the main White Knights campus. So you can see White Knights Lake on the left-hand side. That's actually only part of it, because it's a really big lake. And there was also a load of buildings on the other side of that lake that we couldn't quite get into the shot. You can see one of the historic buildings at the very front of this. So that's Foxhill House, which is that red brick building right at the front looking over the lake. And that was the original manor house. And that is now our School of Law. So the School of Law are very lucky in that they get to look over the lake and be in a beautiful old building when they're studying. You can also see that there are some buildings that look like they're in a figure of 8 right at the front. That's some of our on-campus student accommodation. So you could see how close the accommodation is to the main academic buildings, which are just behind it over here. So next, I wanted to give you an idea about subjects that we offer and rankings. So we are in the top 30 UK universities in the world rankings this year, according to QS. And you can also see we have a number of subjects that we're particularly proud of, although we do offer a wide range of subjects outside of this as well. So in particular, in the top 10, we have our land and property management, so real estate, agriculture, speech and language therapy, our planning courses, building sciences, so construction management and surveying, art and design, and Italian. And you can see a number of subjects in the UK top 20 as well, such as food science, marketing, education, and architecture. As I said, we do offer lots of courses outside of this. So if you're not sure if we offer something, please do ask it in the question box, and I will let you know if it's a course that we offer at the end. It is worth saying, just because I get this question a lot, we don't offer engineering, nursing, or medicine courses. But outside of that, we do offer most of the traditional academic specialisms. So I wanted to highlight a few of our key research areas that we're particularly proud of, just to give you a bit more information about the type of things you can expect from Reading. So with agriculture, I mentioned that we are in the top 10 in the UK, but we're actually 12th in the world for agriculture, just because of the strength of the research that's completed here at Reading. We are a very big agriculture department, and we actually own 3 farms as well, which are always very popular with students that are interested in research. So we have a centre for dairy research that's based a very short drive away from the campus. We have a centre for crop research that's based up in Sonning, which is just outside of Reading. And we actually have another centre for crop research, but this is under greenhouses that are based on campus. So they've been doing quite a lot of research recently with regards to cocoa plants, actually. And you may have seen on one of our farms, we have a herd of llamas. This is a bit more related to our biomedical and biological sciences, but we have a llama there called Fifi, and she's been really instrumental in us doing a lot of COVID-related research in the UK. So we've helped to develop a lot of COVID treatments through work that we've done with our llama herd. So we're particularly proud of that, and it does link in quite well with the agriculture department as well. So next I wanted to talk about Henley Business School. So Henley Business School is one of the oldest business schools in the UK, founded in 1945. And it is, well, it's one of triple accredited business schools here in the UK as well. So it is part of the University of Reading, and it became part of the University of Reading in 2008. I know sometimes when students are looking online, it can be a little bit confusing, I think, but Henley Business School is part of the University of Reading, and they do teach all of our undergraduate and postgraduate business courses. As I mentioned, they're triple accredited. About less than 1% of business schools in the world have this accreditation. And what this is accreditation by awarding bodies in the USA, Europe, and the UK, which are AMBER, EQUIS, and AACSB. So you know that wherever you go in the world, your business degree will be highly recognised. Henley Business School also contains the ICMA Centre. So again, this can get confusing. So we have the University of Reading, Henley Business School being the business school of the University of Reading, and the ICMA Centre is part of Henley Business School and the University of Reading, but it is our finance department. So the ICMA Centre particularly focuses on finance and investment banking, and it does have over 100 different trading simulation terminals, so you can practice your portfolio management. We have 3 different dealing rooms in the ICMA Centre, which are all equipped with Thomson Reuters and Bloomberg software. So this means that students can get real practical hands-on experience even when they're studying with us, and they leave university with quite a lot of experience with regards to portfolio management. So I also wanted to talk about our International Foundation Programme. So with the International Foundation Programme, you can progress to most degree programmes at the University of Reading. So it is a university-owned international foundation programme with over 30 years of teaching experience. So all of your classes will be taught by University of Reading lecturers, and you'll be fully part of the University of Reading community. So you have access to all university facilities, the same as our degree students, and you get a guaranteed place at the University of Reading as long as you successfully complete the IFP programme. We do have a few different entry points for the IFP as well. So you could join in September and January, and at the moment you can join either on campus or online. So we've been trying to be as flexible as we can during the COVID pandemic. Nearly all of our students do pass the foundation program, so about 96% in the last 3 years, and about just under 80% progress on to degrees at the University of Reading. This isn't because they don't want to stay here, it's just because our international foundation program is very highly recognised by other universities in the UK. So sometimes students come to study the international foundation program at Reading in order to progress to a different degree program elsewhere. But the vast majority of them do stay with us to complete their full degree program. We do have an automatic scholarship available for Turkish students. So as long as you accept your offer for the international foundation program, then you get an automatic £2,500 discount off your tuition fees. In addition to our international foundation program, we do also have a collaboration with a company called CEG. So if you're interested in undergraduate art, film and theatre, economics or business, or postgraduate business, then CEG on campus do offer pathway programs to full programs at the University of Reading. So because it's CEG on campus, you do study on campus with us, so you're still part of the university community. It's just taught by a slightly different provider. If you do have any questions on that at all, do please feel free to ask, and I'll go through those at the end. So when you're looking at our entry requirements, so these are quite broad and they really do vary by the program, but to give you an idea, I wanted to put these in here. So for the International Foundation program, we'd be looking for a Turkish high school diploma with about 65% overall. For undergraduate, if you're studying A-levels, this would be between 3 A's and 3 B's, depending on which program you're looking to join. If you're studying the IB, this would be between 30 to 35 points, plus potentially standard level or high level subjects, if we do require some type of subject prerequisite knowledge to join us. Or if you're studying the Turkish high school diploma, then you could join us directly from undergraduate to undergraduate, with between 73 to 82%, depending on your chosen degree program. If you are interested in masters, we're looking for between 2.5 to 3.0 GPA, again, dependent on program, for you to join that. And if you're interested in a PhD program, we would generally require you to have a master's degree in that field in order to join it. But this can be a bit more case by case. So again, any specific questions about that, and I'm happy to help at the end. If you would like to join one of our pre-sessional English courses to help improve your English level before you join us, we do have a huge variety of these available. Technically, students can do between 6 and 41-week courses, although most students tend to do 6 weeks, 9 weeks, or 12 weeks, depending on their IELTS level. So these are chargeable, so students do pay extra to join them. However, at the end of your pre-sessional English program, you don't need to take another IELTS examination. So we do our own in-house IELTS, which is graded at the end of your pre-sessional English course. So in order to apply for a pre-sessional English program, you just need to submit the IELTS result that you received recently, so we know where to put you and how long you need to study for. And the application deadlines do vary each year, but generally you can apply about 1 month before a course start date. I wanted to mention as well that we do have what's called a half band credit for most of our degree courses at Reading. So that means, for example, if you needed to get a 6.5 in IELTS to join your program, you have a 5.5, but you can get to a 6 in our pre-sessional English program. And because of the half band credit, you'd still be able to progress to your chosen degree program. So it is a really good way to help improve your English and really to get involved in the university community before you join that main degree program. So we do have a number of scholarships that we offer students each year. I can only list the scholarships for 2021 here at the moment, just because our scholarships for 2022 haven't been confirmed yet. But I thought this would give you some good guidance and an idea about the type of scholarships that we offer. So for undergraduate, we have our Vice Chancellor Global Scholarship Award. So this was run for the first time this year, and we offered £54,000 scholarships. So students were automatically considered for these, so they didn't need to apply once they'd accepted their offer. And the £4,000 was applied to each year of their academic study. And this was based on academic merit, so how well they did in their high school diploma. For master's scholarships, these work slightly differently. Students do need to apply for the master's scholarships, and they can apply for those as soon as they've applied for one of our degree programs. So this year we offered a mixture of different scholarships. So we had £4,000 general international scholarships that any international student could apply for. And some subjects also offered subject international scholarships. In some instances, students could actually combine these together as well. So some students could actually achieve up to an £8,000 academic discount scholarship. So it was really worthwhile for students to apply for those when they became open. So with regards to international student support, I wanted to highlight a few different things for you. So we do have what's called our academic English program that students can join for free alongside their main degree course. So students can join these to enhance their language and academic skills. You learn more conversational English, it helps with academic referencing, and these are timetabled in for no credit alongside your main degree program, just to help you to keep up your English level while you're studying with us. We also have what's written here as RUSU, which is our Reading University Students' Union. So they organise loads of student activities on campus, and we have over 150 different student societies. So these could be sports societies, culture and faith societies. We have hobby and interest societies. Basically, if you could think of a hobby or interest, there's usually some type of club or society that you're able to join and get involved in, which is a really good way to help widen your network and also to make friends while you're studying with us. I also wanted to highlight our careers services. So we were awarded in the top 10 university career services by Times Higher Education in 2017. So our career service are really well equipped to help students like yourselves. You can book one-to-one appointments with them. They run careers fairs, they run CV writing workshops, they have networking events where you can meet potential employers. They try to put you in front of as many employers as possible and to really help with that employability to help you get a job after you graduate. We also have what's called the RED Award. So the RED Award is something that students can do alongside their main degree programs. So it's comprised of kind of work experience, volunteering, student mentoring, and it's really designed to help you be a more well-rounded individual and give you something extracurricular that you can talk about to potential employers after you graduate. So I mentioned our accommodation a little bit because you saw it on the map, but we do have almost 5,000 different rooms available on campus, and most of that, because we're a campus university, is located on the campus or within a 10 to 15-minute walk. So we do have a variety of different budget rooms available for students. So they start at about £130 a week and they go up to about £200 a week, depending on the type of room that you're looking for. So of course, at the cheaper end, we have our standard rooms without wash basin, and these go all the way up to a studio or one-bedroom flat. As long as students apply for accommodation by the 1st of August on the year they intend to enter, they are guaranteed accommodation for that first year. And you can also choose if you want to be catered, so you load money onto your student card and you can pay for pre-made food in our student outlets on campus, or you can choose to be self-catered, so you cook all your own food in a shared kitchen. It's a really good time to join the university at the moment because we've just finished refurbishing our library. So we spent over £40 million creating a really state-of-the-art study space for our students, which was finished towards the end of 2019. You can see, it's a couple of pictures of the library here. So on the left-hand side, you can see it from the outside. And on the right-hand side, you can see some of that new study space available for students to use. We also have study pods that students can rent out for group work. And there's a brand new cafe and catering facility on the ground floor. And there are more than 1 million different books in that library. So it's spread over 4 floors and it's right in the centre of campus. I'm sure you'll also be pleased to know that it is open 24 hours a week during term time. So if you do need to write, you're writing up your thesis or you need to study for an exam, the library is always open during term time and you're able to access it. So sports is always really important to students when they come and study with us, and we have a huge amount of different sports facilities available to students. Again, partly because we're a campus university, we have a lot of playing fields that students are able to use. So we have 2 football pitches, 2 rugby pitches, a hockey pitch, a lacrosse pitch, an American football pitch. Whatever sport you're interested in, there'll be an outlet for it here at Reading. You can also play just for fitness, or you can play competitively against other universities in the local area as part of our Knights team, which you can see for American football there in the purple shirts at the bottom. If you're just wanting to exercise in general, we do have a sports hall on campus and our sports park, which is a gym So it has a weights room, it has a cardio room, it has quite a few different air-conditioned studios, and students can join that at quite a subsidised rate. Again, that's all on campus, so really easy for students to access. So I feel like I've sped through really and tried to give you a general overview of the university. And I'll go through your questions now and see what it is that you've been saying. But if you do want to speak to me outside of this session, you can always message me on WhatsApp on the number below, or you can contact me on my email, which is f.a.hunt@reading.ac.uk. Of course, if you haven't already, do please make sure that you have a look at the poll questions. So it's really important that we know what degree level you're looking for, when you're hoping to start, and also what subject that you're interested in, just so I make sure that I'm sending you the best information possible when we send you some email information after this event. So just having a look at the first questions that have come in, and do please keep putting questions into the chat box, and I'll try and do my best to answer all of them in the time that we have. So first question from Sila is whether or not we have a special education department. So we have quite a big education department at Reading, and you can choose to focus on special education as part of your degree programme. I'm not sure what level it is that you're looking for, although actually looking further up, it looks like you're interested in PhD study. So yes, we do have a focus on special education here at Reading, and we do have academics that are interested in that area. But what I'd recommend doing if you're interested in PhD level study is having a look on the University of Reading website, and particularly at the Institute of Education. And they do have a whole part of their website which is dedicated to our areas of PhD research. So please do have a look at that. But yes, we do have academics that are focused on special education within the department. So the next question from Merva is how career opportunities in England are for international students after graduation. You might have heard of the graduate route visa that's been introduced this year. So students can apply for the graduate route visa once they've completed their studies. So what this means is you can stay in the UK to gain work experience for several years after graduation, and you can do any type of work as well. So it's a really great way for you to try and gain work experience and then to hopefully try and get sponsorship to stay in the UK after that point. So Reading does have a really good employment rate. We have over 90% of the people that live in Reading are employed in full-time employment. So you will hopefully be able to try and gain some experience. Of course, I can't promise it to all students, but Reading is a really good place to be, and the South East is a particularly good place to be in general if you are interested in working here after graduation. So next question from Sila is whether or not there's any opportunity to find PhD scholarships for non-European students. So we do have a section on our website which is all about different PhD scholarships and studentships that are available. So at Reading, we usually offer an international PhD studentship that students can apply for, and this would cover students' fees and also give them a living stipend. That usually closes in January each year, so I'd encourage you to go and have a look on our graduate school website. So you can have a look, if you just put graduate school Reading into Google, then it should come up, and you can have a look at all the different opportunities that are available. We do like to try and help students find funding where we can, but do make sure that you have a look yourself as well in Turkey and see whether or not you can find any sponsorship opportunities available too. But yes, have a look on the graduate school website, and they do list a number of different scholarships that we're aware of that you could possibly apply for. So the next question from Ida is whether or not you need to submit a letter of intent, and if yes, what should be included. So you would submit a personal statement for both undergraduate and postgraduate study. So they do vary slightly on the level, but broadly, I think the advice is the same. So for UCAS, which is for undergraduate study, there is a character limit, which is a 4,000 character limit, which is about one side of A4 paper. So what we're looking for is for students to demonstrate interest in their academic area. So it's mainly about 70% academic. So we're looking to find out why it is you're interested in your chosen subject area, any relevant experience or skills that you have which demonstrate an interest in that subject area. What are your career plans in that area in the future? And about 30% of your personal statement at undergraduate is all about you. So what sort of clubs and societies have you been involved in, and how is that relevant to your future study? So it's a good idea to start jotting lots of ideas down for that personal statement so you're able to submit it in good time. For postgraduate study, we do also ask for a personal statement, but we tend to call it a statement of purpose. So that doesn't have a word limit, but I would recommend to not make it more than 2 sides of A4, just because it tends to get a little bit long after that point. Sorry, just going to get rid of that so the computer doesn't restart. But yes, for your personal statement for master's level study, we're really a lot more interested in your academic background. So what did you study at undergraduate level? What did you enjoy? Have you been involved in any research papers or projects? What did you learn from your dissertation? What are you bringing to the university, and what are you hoping to do in the future? So yes, we would ask for a personal statement for both undergraduate and postgraduate study. Although on postgraduate study, it tends to be more focused on the academic side, just simply because you have more experience in that academic area. If you're interested in PhD study, it's not really a personal statement anymore, but we do ask for a research proposal. So again, more information can be found on that on the graduate school website, but a research proposal is you outlining what research you're hoping to do with us and what project you're hoping to do for your thesis. At PhD level, it is also possible to apply for very specific projects where you wouldn't be writing your own research proposal, but it's quite varied. And again, if you've got any very specific questions about PhD, do please feel free to send me an email, and then I'm more than happy to help you individually. So the next question that I have is whether or not we have any special orientation program for international students. So we do have what we call Welcome Week at the beginning of each academic year. And Welcome Week is a really great way for students to get involved in the University of Reading community and to find out really what university study is all about. So for Welcome Week, it's a mixture of very social activities. So we have different kind of club nights at the university. There'll be different social activities, film nights, meet and greets, tea parties, loads of different social activities for students to get involved in and try and make friends. We do also have academic orientation during that Welcome Week. So you get to meet some of your classmates and your teachers. You might attend a couple of sample lectures, and you can also do tours of the library, tours of the campus. We try to make it as easy as possible for students to make friends when they arrive and really to get involved in the student community as soon as possible. As part of that Welcome Week, we do also have a couple of different fairs that take place. So we have a sports fair, so students can go and check out all the different sports societies that are available and join any of them if they'd like to. And we also have a societies fair. So for those cultural and faith societies and hobby and interest societies, students can go and meet representatives from those and decide which of those they want to join. So international students tend to get involved in all of those. We do sometimes have different bits and pieces for international students. So there'll be a bit of guidance with regards to your biometric residence permit, for example. And we usually have a tea party as well for international students. But generally, you're just getting involved in the main Welcome Week activities that are designed to help you settle and to make friends when you join us. So the next question is whether or not you're able to change your department after the first year. This is a difficult one. Generally, the answer is no, just because UK degrees are so specialised. So you only study with us for 3 years and you're taking very specialised modules from the beginning, which would be a prerequisite to joining that second year of your programme. But for example, if you'd studied English literature and English language as a joint degree programme, it might be possible for you to change to just English language. Or similarly, if you're studying business and management, then it might be possible to transfer onto international business and management. But generally, you wouldn't be able to change your entire department after the first year just because you wouldn't have the prerequisite module knowledge to be able to join the second year classes. But there may also be the opportunity to restart from the beginning if you really feel like it's not right for you. So again, that might be one to send me an email about and just let me know what you're interested in, and then I can help to guide you a little bit further. So I've got a couple of questions that are related to subjects here. So the first one is asking about master's programs for computer engineering. So we don't offer a specific engineering related program, but we do have a master's program for computing. So it's our advanced computing program. It is obviously in the computer science field, and we do teach coding as part of that program. As I said, we don't have an engineering school here at the University of Reading, so it wouldn't be specifically computer engineering, but it is a computer science degree program. So the next question is actually also subject related. So this is asking about pharmacy. Yes, we do have a couple of different pharmacy options available. And we have our MPharm program, which is the 4-year program, so going all the way from undergraduate all the way up to a master's level qualification that students can do. And we also have a couple of master's programs that are specifically for pharmacy graduates. They're related to more pharmaceutical methods that students are able to join as well. And the last question that I have here is asking about Chevening. So we do work with Chevening, and we do have a small group of students that come and study with us every year. So obviously I'm sure you're aware that what the Chevening deadlines are by this point, but do make sure that you meet them. But yes, we do work with Chevening as a sponsor. So we do have Chevening scholars that come to the University of Reading every year. So if you don't have any more questions at all, I'm just going to quickly double check in the chat box. So hopefully I answered with regards to computer science, and we do have both master's and undergraduate level programs in computer science available. So we have BSc in computer science, we have a BSc in computer science with maths as well. And as I said, we do have a flagship master's program in advanced computing. And I also see we have some more questions related to engineering. As I said, we don't have an engineering department, so we don't offer mechanical engineering here at Reading. But we do actually offer an undergraduate program in biomedical engineering, and we offer a number of different programs related to construction engineering, so construction management, most likely. So if there's no more questions, hopefully I've answered everything that you were looking for today. As I said earlier, if you haven't answered the polls already, please do go in and do so, just so we can send you the most up-to-date information and the most relevant information to the course that you're interested in. But thank you so much for coming to this talk today. I hope it's been useful. And if you do want to reach out to me directly to discuss anything or to have a one-to-one conversation, then you're more than welcome to send me an email on the email that's on your screen, or you can contact me on WhatsApp on the number that's listed below. But I think I'll hand back over to my colleague Zainab so she can close off the session. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for your great presentation, Frankie. We believe it was a really informative webinar for the attendees, and you covered all of the questions. Thank you for your answers too. And also I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. University of Reading ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için ekranda görmüş olduğunuz Frankie'ye umarız sizin için de bir webinar olmuştur. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Frankie. It was yet another great session with you. It was good to host you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you so much, and I hope you all have a lovely evening.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.